Today we are going to work on something really important in reading, fluency. Fluency means reading smoothly at a good pace and with expression so that it sounds like talking. Good readers don't read like robots, they read smoothly and it helps us understand what we are reading. Our goal today is when given a passage, you will increase your words per minute while reading with at least 90% accuracy. So when we read today, we want to increase the amount of words we read per minute by also focusing on our accuracy, the amount of words we are reading correctly and accurately. I will be timing you for 1 minute and we can see how your reading grows. We're not racing, we're focusing on smooth, accurate reading. Before we read, we are going to practice a few words that we might see while reading. The first word that we might see is the word adventure. This word right here is adventure. Let's break it up into syllables. Adventure. So that word has 3 syllables in it. You might be thinking, what does the word adventure mean? Well, adventure is like an exciting trip that you might take or go on. Another word that we might see in today's reading is the word wagged. Think for a second, how many syllables are in the word wagged? Good. In the word wagged, there is only 1 syllable. What does it mean if a dog were to wag its tail? Think about if you have a dog or maybe someone you know or you've seen one before. What does it mean if a dog wags its tail? Yeah, it moves its tail back and forth. Good. One more word that we are going to see in today's passage is the word families. Think about how many syllables are in the word families. If we were to clap it out or tap it out, how many syllables would be in this word? Good, 3 syllables in the word families. Everyone has a family. People that you live with, people that you love would be considered your family. So now that we've practiced these tricky words, it will help your brain recognize them faster when you see them in the story so that you won't need to pause to sound them out or think about what these words mean. I'm going to read the first paragraph aloud. Listen to my voice. I just want you to follow along with me on your page, but listen to how my voice sounds smooth and how I group words together. I'm going to point to each word while I read so I can keep my place and remind myself that my voice should sound smooth, not like a robot, and how I should be using appropriate phrasing and expression. So notice my voice. On Saturday morning, Marcus and his sister Lily went to the park near their house. The sun was shining and the air felt warm and fresh. Many families were already there playing and having fun. Marcus ran to the swings while Lily climbed up the tall slide. So I'm going to pause there. I want you to think. Did you notice how I didn't stop at every single word? I grouped words together. So all of the words that were in the sentence, I grouped them together. That helped my reading sound smooth. Thinking of the sentence that I just read, the sun was shining and the air felt warm and fresh. Notice that I took a pause after the word shining. The reason why I took the pause is because if you look at the passage, we notice there's a comma. Thinking about our expression and our punctuation and phrasing, at a comma, we should know that there is a slight pause that needs to be taken. So notice how after the word shining, I took a slight pause, a breath, before I finished the sentence. Reading in chunks helps us understand information faster and better. So just as I modeled reading the first few sentences of this passage using appropriate speed, appropriate expression, appropriate phrasing, you are going to do 3 things you need to remember. Read smoothly, try your best, and if you get stuck on a word, I will help you. Remember, our goal is to read as many words as we can correctly within the time we are given. You are going to have 1 minute to read me your passage. I will be following along on mine. After 1 minute is up and student had finished reading the paragraph, I will calculate total words read, subtract the errors, and then determine the words per minute, and then calculate the accuracy. You read 30 words in 1 minute with 90% accuracy. That's great effort. Here's what you did well. You kept going throughout the entire time. You fixed your mistakes. You used your expression. One thing we need to improve is we need to work on grouping words instead of stopping after each word. Let's try again. I'm going to read a sentence. I want you to echo read it as I am reading it. On Saturday morning, Marcus and his sister Lily went to the park near their house. Notice how I grouped words together. I didn't stop after each word. We're going to read the same passage again. This time your brain already knows the word, so it should feel smoother. You should be able to read it a lot quicker than you did last time since this is our second trial. Ready? You are going to have 1 minute to do the same thing. Begin. After the student is finished reading for a minute, I will calculate total words read, subtract the errors, determine words per minute, and calculate the accuracy. After student is finished reading, I will then share. You read 60 words this time. That's 30 more words than before. Together, we will then graph this visually on your bar graph so we can compare the difference in the first time you read it versus the second time. This is what practice does. Your brain builds automaticity. It makes it easier for your brain to read and focus the second time after you've already tried it the first time. So today you worked on reading smoothly and increasing your fluency. Again, fluency helps your brain understand the story better. Our goal by the end is to reach 90% accuracy and increase our words per minute after doing it for 3 times. You worked hard today. Next time, we will try to beat your score. Thinking back to today's lesson, we already were able to beat our score from the first time to the second time, which is great improvement. So overall, let's think about how we can group our words together when we're reading them in order to read more fluently. When you saw a tricky word, I noticed that you didn't give up. That shows strong reading habits. So we will continue. Next time we will try to beat our score, improving our accuracy, increasing how many words we can read in 1 minute to focus on reading fluency, helping our brain understand the story more, and making sure that we understand what we are reading, because that's what good readers do.